Oh yeah. All right. And we're live. Hey guys, and we're live. Thanks for the two people coming in. I know I have promoted this show as being as having as a special guest Samson, but he's kind of late right now. I don't know what he's up to, so I'll try to start without him. And if you join, you join, and if you don't, well, that was false advertisement. I wouldn't be the first. I wouldn't be the last. All right. So it is the Saturday afternoon podcast. I am Joel Flam, your host. It is because it is a Saturday, an afternoon, and fucking thanks Asher, thanks a lot. Um, I, believe it or not, the longest part of doing this shit was the countdown. Like the countdown was really long to make. Like you have no fucking idea. But I was thinking about maybe switching the music. I'm not sure about it. I'll just check it out for sure. So, how you guys have been doing? I hope you had a pretty cool week on the confinement. We had Hey, what's up? Nothing much, Alessandro. How are you doing, sir? All right. So yeah, I was expecting to have Samson. So basically, I was kind of prepared for him, but he's not here. So I'll try to go through some subject and hey, Kiki. All right. So we're three in the chat. The chat is starting to be lively right now. Oh, there you go. What is happening? Okay, going on. Oh, there you go. So he is coming. So he's becoming coming shortly. Oh, music is cool. Don't worry. Awesome. Try matching colors. Oh yeah, maybe you're right. I'll check it out for sure. Yeah, I still have the video on my laptop, so I'll work on it later on. So yeah, okay. So if you think the music is all right, I'll just keep that music. It kind of have a because what I think about the music. It's kind of have like a vibe of old '90s video game shows on TV for like people that still doesn't know exactly what a computer is. So yeah, that kind of the vibe that kind of remind me of. But I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it if that's a good song. It's fine. Oh, there you go. So wait, there you go. Hey, yes. All right. So here's Samson.
Wow. Thank you for reviving my comedy career.
Reviving your comedy career, 3% at the time.
My God. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Hasher left me a voicemail today saying, "Don't forget, you got a show today, you dumb fuck."
Oh wow.
How do I don't know if I can play that while on my phone. I kind of fucked that up. I should have gone to my laptop.
Ah, well, it's fine. If you want an advice for next time you do a show such as this, try to plug your internet in so you'll have a better connection.
Okay, well, let me know if there's an issue. I'll turn my
Sure.
LTE on or something.
Okay, that's cool. So, how you've been doing, sir?
I'm good. I'm good. Already offering to pay to do comedy again. Hey,
Offering
I'll
to
turn
pay
on
to
my
do comedy.
LTE. I'll waste my data. I'll do anything, whatever it takes.
Okay, so basically, you just told me that I should have I should have asked you money to come in. Is that it?
Exactly. Then I
For
would feel right at
fuck's
home.
sake. So now I understand why I'm not making any money with comedy right now. It's because I have like a lack of acumen into like business.
Yeah, no, it's really, as they say at the office, it's really something.
Yeah. At the office, where do you work?
I can't talk about that. I've already.
Okay.
I mean, I can talk about my job a little, but I can't go into too much
Yeah.
detail.
Okay. Don't
Um,
name the company. Just tell me what you do to pay the bills.
yeah. Okay. So it's logistics. Logistics.
Okay.
It's the perfect area of like a corporate setting to go into if you weren't smart enough to get a regular finance degree, but you still like eating steaks and shit. So like
Mm.
you could
So
afford
basically,
a respectable income. You can
yeah.
get a
So
respectable income doing it.
respectable enough not to live on fucking craft diner, but like but not
Or
enough so you're
CRV.
proud to say what your job is.
Yeah, I just refuse to like live on Serb and shit. So fuck that.
Yeah, that I understand. Like, I work right now. I could have been on Serb also for quite a while, for a short moment, because I had a moment where I didn't add any work, but I couldn't do it. Like, I had to work to deserve my fucking income.
There you go, man. You know what it is?
Yeah.
Because like I can tell, like I know you're kind of like similar to me in the sense that like we're not like I know we have egos. You know what I mean? So like if you
Mm.
have an ego, even if you're not desperate in life, like I don't need to be desperate to push myself to work. It's just the idea that if I ask my parents for a cent at this age, like I'd rather kill myself. You know?
Yeah, or I always have that kind of money in my head, and I like, okay, I have to reimburse them in some fucking way. They have been changing my diaper. They have been like raising a fuck up as a kid as I am when I was like younger, and now I'm asking them money. It's like the on top of all this shit.
It's like, wait, he was retarded back then. He's still retarded.
Yeah.
What the fuck do we do?
Wow, we should have
Guess we'll get
swallowed.
him a job at Guzo. Shout
Yeah,
out
my mom
Mario.
would have been like, I should have swallowed for sure.
Oh, dude.
So,
Yeah, you
except
know
of
what? I
working,
mean,
what you have been up to during the confinement?
well, you know what? I was just about to say that, like, it's so hypocritical for somebody. Like, it would have been so hypocritical of me to, like,
Yeah.
be researching into, like, conspiracy theories and trying to call out bullshit with the government, and then also be like, can I have $900
I know,
for the
right?
month, for the
Yeah.
CR? It's
Fuck
not even
that
called
man.
CERB
Give me a
anymore.
yeah, like can you imagine? Fuck that man, give me a check, right?
They call it CRB now because they've admitted it's not an emergency. Like they've literally took out the E from CERB. It's like they're literally just saying like, look,
Uh,
it's COVID, and then fuck you. It's communism. It's just communism.
yeah. I do
Communism response benefit.
yeah, I do feel what happened is like we have like the population is kind of a wild beast. You start giving it like human flesh, but they don't want to eat anything else. So now we're kind of you have too many people that have tasted what it is to receive like $2,000 doing nothing. So now
Exactly.
getting them back to work, even if everything's closed down, is kind of tough to get them into the motion of like actually earning their living.
That's what it is, man. Anyways, I could go on and on about it, but the point I was just making was, long story short, like I refuse to be that level of a hypocrite,
That's
and
cool.
because I am lazy as fuck too. So it's like I'm conflicted
Yeah.
between liking the truth and knowing that the truth has value, and also just not giving a fuck about myself,
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's almost kind of in a sick way. I could actually see how so many people fall for that mentality to just want free shit and not care about the consequences,
Yeah.
because it's like we live in a world of immediate gratification. you know
Yeah.
if I show you a video, I could open George Carlin on my phone. I mean, maybe that's a bad example because I don't really laugh my ass off when I listen to him, but I could open up even Louis CK. If I'm not showing like an exact clip of an exact joke to a friend, they're like, okay, okay, I don't give a fuck. Like if I actually open up his hour special and they've never seen him and it's like guaranteed a good time, they're no one has an attention span unless it's like we
Mm.
planned in advance to sit down and like spend the night because we're gonna watch. Like if you want to show somebody, I don't know, you know what I'm trying to say. Like everything's
Yeah.
immediate gratification. It's kind of like it's like it's like messaging and instant media,
I understand what you mean. Like
constant
basically
pouring of
the
media.
clip phenomena on YouTube when you have like just clips of your favorite part of the movie, but you don't want to get into the 2 hours of watching the actual full thing. Like the build
Exactly.
up to get
So
there to make it better. Yeah.
that's it. Really just boils down to this. Like there's a sea of people who just want free shit and they don't give a shit about anything else because they've already decided in advance that they're gonna not aspire to do more. And then they
Yeah.
figured, okay, and I'll get some free shit for now. And then if shit hits the fan later on, then who gives a shit? I'd rather I'm already high. The guy's thinking,
Yeah, there you
they're
go.
probably high as it is. So it's like between the
Mm.
SQDC and the CRB and not giving a fuck to begin with. It's like, what do you expect?
But joke on them because the $2,000 per month is taxable, so they have to pay up on this.
You know what it
It's
makes me
like
think? Genghis Khan shouldn't have
yeah.
killed all those people. All he had to do was just offer them some money every week, and then
Oh shit.
eventually take over the world. Like, but
There's a famous French singer that used to say that the best way to kill a man is to pay him to do nothing.
yeah, yeah, it's true. You
It
know
is
what I
what's
view it as? It's
happening.
like our society is bleeding by a million paper cuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the culture and the mentality of people, it's like a slow burn, and it's like so fucked up because it just kind of reminds me of anal. Like it starts slow, if you go too fast, it hurts too much. So it's like they're just fucking us slowly, you know.
Yeah, true.
And it's like I mean I know we're probably I don't know what your situation is, I didn't ask, but
Mm.
my situation at least, I mean I'm refusing to concede to that mentality because I'm trying to give myself a shot at some level of conventional normality.
Mm. So you want to be your own man, and you don't want to like rely on anybody else for
Yeah,
your
but you know
living.
what? If you say that nowadays, they're like, "Oh, well, then he's obviously a racist and a homophobe," and I'm like, "What?" You
Yeah,
know what I
what?
mean?
They
Like
didn't say anything
they just
racist just
extrapolate
there.
everything.
Yeah, you just said stuff that any adult like what like being a kid should prepare you for.
Exactly. It's like basically
Yeah.
we live in a world now where like common sense and self-preservation is
Mm.
actually bad.
Yeah, I know,
Like
right?
if you take a stand for like preserving a way of life that every generation before you in our free market capitalist society enjoyed, I
Yeah.
specify free market and not just like, because right now, it's so funny, like you can't go to a regular store, but you can go to Walmart or McDonald's and fucking hobo coughs on you and then you get COVID. You know, I
Oh,
saw a hobo with his ass showing. Like that was the
oh
worst I've
yeah.
ever seen. I literally saw a hobo with his pants were like somehow attached to his shirt on one side, but his
Yeah.
ass was showing on the other side. And like, I just saw a hobo's ass. Like, I don't know. I'm sure people have seen worse things in life, but for
Yeah,
me,
sure.
that was enough.
Yeah, I'm sure you wished you had
Look,
COVID
let me
just
just put
by
it to you
now.
this way: there's social distancing, and then there's being like a foot away from a hobo's ass in
Yeah,
line.
foot away from an elbow's ass.
That there's no way that a health bylaw officer would have seen that scenario and actually been it's like, oh, it's okay. But the fact is, they don't even go in there. You know?
All right, that's fucking funny actually. Like, but coming back to the thing you were talking about, I used to live with a guy that was on welfare, but he was like deep down, like really balls down into conspiracy theories. I'm like, dude, you're taking the fucking check. What the fuck you're talking about?
Fucking retarded.
I know, right?
Notice I'm
So, but
drinking water out of a little tea bowl, starting to try
cool.
new things.
Yeah, and I'm taking like the drink of the white trash,
Oh, I
fucking
love
ginger
ginger ale.
ale.
Ginger ale's the best, bro.
It's fucking good,
Ginger.
but my teeth don't agree though.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking? Maybe I should not be holding my phone because it moves, and that might not be very enjoyable to the viewers. I don't know.
Yeah, I hope they're not eating because they might have got sick with
Yeah, you
all
know
the
what?
moving
Let
and
me.
everything.
I'm gonna set my phone actually in front of my laptop, which is retarded because I should have just been on it. And now,
Well, true.
yeah, there you go. Okay, that's much better, I think.
Cool. Now we see just a picture. Okay, that's awesome. All right.
Sponsored by
So
Michael Kors.
yeah, there you go. Showing off his fucking hoodie.
I also paid for that too.
You paid for that too. Okay, cool. You're a free man. All right. Have you been working on any comedy during the plague?
I mean, like every once in a while I get the itch and I'll write a note in my phone and then I look at that note in my phone and I think I can't believe I went to the bathroom while at work and I spent an extra 2 minutes on the toilet just to write a note in my phone and it's not even being used.
I know,
And
right?
I'm under pressure. And I'm staying like 30 minutes after my shift is over every day anyway, just to finish what I have to do. And I'm like, why am I wasting time? But you know what it is? I can't help it. I just can't
Mm.
help myself. It's just, I just have to do it. It's, you know what it is? Because to me, to not write down a funny idea, it's like it's like letting loose change fly out of my pocket. Like I feel like I'm losing something even potentially valuable. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that kind of remind me that the Mitch Hedberg jokes where he's like, when my note is too far away or I'm sleeping, I try to convince myself the joke wasn't funny to begin with. So I had that once. Like I was
Actually,
trying
I
to.
just described the opposite of that. Mine was I risk my career to write a dumb idea in my phone.
Yeah, but I was trying to sleep. It was like 2 a.m. and I was thinking about something funny, but that wasn't that funny. But at the moment, that was the most hilarious shit ever. And I was like, okay, that's not funny. That's stupid. But I couldn't sleep because I was like, oh no, I have to note it. And I run upstairs, get my fucking notebook, and I try to note it.
There you go. You know, it's the obsession that pays off, though, because if you don't have
Yeah.
that obsession, then you're actually not cut out to do this, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I can see like you put a lot of thought beyond in your act because I see a lot of like micers in Montreal that either their writing is really really good, but the acting is kind of lackluster, and others like the acting is really great, but the writing is not there. But I always, when I looked at you, I always felt like you were the complete package. Like you're on fire on stage. Like you're really your acting is really really
Hey,
good,
look, I
and the
really
writing is
appreciate
really
it.
good.
I really appreciate it. I mean,
That's cool.
something. There was a time when I would say to you, like, okay, it's nice and all, but what does it really all amount to in the end? But I don't. I hate to sound like one of those guys who says "what if," but
Yeah,
like in February of 2020, like so basically right before COVID started, I believe.
yeah,
I was already like, I have a contact who runs shows in New York City, who hosts for, he's hosted for Sugar Sammy at Caroline's, like,
oh
and
shit.
he let me come and do a weekend spot at a noteworthy club, and and I would only imagine, and I did really well, and like he told me I did well, I have it on video. I would only imagine on some level that if I were to keep going there, going back and forth, I wouldn't even like. I would hate to say, but like Montreal wouldn't even be on my mind at all. You know what I mean? I would be like
Yeah.
focused on other things.
Okay, so
Um,
cliche question number one. How did you start comedy?
well, I saw a video of Louis C.K. saying the N word and thought, yeah, I could do that. No, I'm
It's fair enough.
kidding.
I can
um,
say the N word on stage and people laugh. All right, let's go.
and then you find out that just because all your friends and family enjoy it doesn't mean other people do.
Yeah, true. Okay, so that's what it is. You just watch him say something on stage, and you're like, I want to do that. Did you do
Well, you
any
know what?
open mic?
No,
Did
I've
you
talked
watch
about this once
open?
before.
Yeah,
I've
cool.
talked about this once before, where
Yeah,
I was a kid and I was with some friends, like playing football, and then we were inside just having some cake, which I don't know why the fuck I was being served cake after playing sports, but whatever.
yeah, that
We were
makes sense.
watching, we were watching like this thing on HBO, I think, or it looked like an HBO comedy special, and there was some guy. Till this day, I don't know. It's so fucking weird, dude. Like I don't know who the fuck this guy was till this day. I've tried looking up, pancake stand-up comedian or guy moving hand in vagina motion or whatever. I couldn't find out. He was doing this funny thing, like because I was too young at the time to really
Yeah,
appreciate like the subtle humor in Seinfeld. So at the
yeah.
time, I was more into like, I loved the E-Bombs World as a website, for example, and like Newgrounds was like porn and shit, like, but yeah, like I was watching
Pornish.
this guy and he was doing this thing about a vagina with his hand, and then he started like hitting his hand with his foot and saying retarded shit, and everybody was laughing in the video, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, you know what, like this is so much better than shit that makes me have to think about why it's funny. And then as I got older, I realized, okay, I was just a dumbass kid who couldn't process thought, but it
Yeah,
stuck with me. So, like, in other words, I still have that desire. I always had that desire to like do physical humor,
yeah.
but then my mind developed over time, and I started noticing the humor and subtle situations and stuff like that too.
Mm. Yeah, now I understand like the whole physical stuff of you hitting on yourself on the head or stuff like that. That's a pretty interesting story. But did you watch any open mics before starting or?
Wait, when did I hit myself on? See, I don't even remember.
Oh
Go
yeah,
figure.
that was at our 34 open mic, and you start hitting yourself on the head for some reason.
See, I don't even see. It's like go figure out. Oh, I was hitting myself in the head, and that affected my memory. Like,
You
surprised I
know,
don't remember that one.
when you saw the ass of the homeless guy, you should have hit yourself on the head to forget that pictures.
They would have arrested me, and the fucking guy would
Oh
scratch his
really?
ass and touch all the cups. It was disgusting. I've never. It was the one on Atwater, the McDonald's
Yeah.
near the Comedy Nest.
Oh yeah, if you tell me it's there, that makes sense because that's pretty much
Yeah.
like the epicenter of all the grossness of homelessness.
Well, well, one time I was like so bored at night, and this was back when there was no curfew. So I'm one of the rare examples of people that benefited from the curfew because it's actually
Yeah.
forced me to have a more structured life. So let's say if I had insomnia, I would get in my car, drive downtown, and just drive around McDonald's and just like film hobos.
Yeah.
Just like, and there was one hobo who caught on that I was like filming him. So he would like every time I'd go around the block, he'd take his like covers and be like, So it was like,
Ah,
as
it's
my
so
boss would
funny,
call it, it
man.
was a mutually beneficial relationship.
Cool. Kind of remind me. There's a French duo, like it's called Les Denis Drolet. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
L'ami Drolet, what?
Les Denis Drolet. It's like two fat guy, all dressed in brown with long black hair, and they're like they really do absurd stuff. Like it's
Okay, so
left.
this is going to be embarrassing, but I
Yeah.
actually am really bad at French because
Oh,
I
that's
grew up
fine.
among, it's all just Jews, Italians, and Greeks speaking English,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So, I mean, I fucking wish I knew French because that would help me
At
a
least
lot
we don't have to,
professionally.
to speak to them.
I mean, Hasher introduced me to Les Anticipateurs, and then I was like,
Oh yeah,
okay.
the rap group. Yeah.
I thought that was actually pretty cool because, I mean, I thought their videos were funny. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's so fucking trashy, but it's funny.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, the Dendrolets basically they have a similar story where they when they come from Saint Jérôme, and basically they had like a couple of homeless people being like fuck in the head, and they were talking to them and like trying to trigger whatever the fuck they had going on.
Oh, man. What's
Ever
it called
talked
again?
to any homeless? Huh?
Sorry, what was that? What's that group called again? I'll mark it down. I'll check it
Les
out.
Denis Drolet. I'll write it for you if you want.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
You
I'll
know what?
send it
I
to
started
you.
doing that in conversation out of respect. When someone tells me something that I say I didn't know what that was, what's the point of you explaining it to me and then I forget? I might as well write down what it was and look at it. You know?
Oh yeah, it's really true, right? You talk to somebody about something, and then they say, "Oh, I'm going to look it up," and after that, you
And they
talk
never,
about them. It's
obviously, they never
yeah,
do. Yeah. I
yeah.
actually
They
write it. I
even
actually
forget you
fucking.
talked
I'm a
about
good person. Fuck. I write down the things someone says to me.
Talking about you being a good person, what is funny? Like the idea of you inviting you on this podcast come from a jest I had with a couple of friends. They were like, "Yeah, I heard like Samson is a white supremacist or something." I'm like, "Oh, that's interesting. A Jew white supremacist. I want him on." And I was like, either it's true and that's the funniest shit ever, either it's false and I want to get in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
fucking rabbit hole. What happened,
I'm
man?
your typical local Montreal Jew Nazi.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see
There.
a lot of those walking around.
Yeah, those French nationalists weren't fucking around when they say Quebec was a unique place.
Dude, honestly, like, I'm not even gonna ask who said that about me because I don't give a shit. But like,
Yeah.
it's so funny how like people have accused Ben Shapiro of being of being of the ilk of the neo Nazis. You know what I
I
mean?
know, right? It's fucking
So it's like, I
crazy.
mean, at a certain point in time, I got over the whole Asperger's desire to correct people because I used to have this
Yeah.
like mild Asperger's where I'd hear that's part of the writing too. Like I hear or see a scenario that didn't make
Mm-hmm.
sense to me, and then I obsess over it and I write jokes to reconcile it.
Mm-hmm.
And in a weird, fucked up way, I think I've been writing less because I've been developing and healing as a person because I'm not doing comedy, so it doesn't benefit me to be crazy as much, right? So
Yeah.
naturally, in a sense, I've become a little bit less involved in comedy, yeah, over time, ever since the lockdown started.
Maybe
But
that
yeah,
has
so like,
something to do with you eating yourself in the head. Like you must have killed the fucking Asperger's.
yeah, exactly. I killed the Asperger's, or my brain's healing now,
There you
but that's
go.
it. You know, like I've stopped trying to reconcile things that don't make sense. I've rectified it in my head. I've said to myself, look, I mean, if somebody says that I'm a white supremacist because I like Trump, then okay, well, you know what? Like, what do you want me to do for you? And what else? What else are you wrong about? You know what I mean?
Yeah, there you go. Like same kind of guy, that was like Trump is gonna be the last president and just got voted out. Never heard of the guy again.
Or I've been accused of doing cocaine. So like I'll have a
Oh,
guy
really?
message me like paragraph after paragraph about how like my whole
I
worldview
think
is
I know who
wrong.
you're talking about.
And then I respond back, I'm just like, dude, like, why did you message me at 4 a.m. in the defense of communism? And then when I call you out about being a communist, you pull back. Like, it's like 4 in the morning, you're messaging me about communism, like it's as if your life is on the line. I didn't know you liked it so much. Oh, I don't actually like it. Well, then why are you defending it like to hell and back? And then
Yeah, I
the
know.
guy, when I prove that he's an idiot, he goes, hey, maybe you should do less key bumps. And I'm
Key
literally
bumps?
drinking like a
Oh.
yo play with my feet in a bucket of warm water. Like I'm like either a 90-year-old woman or an autistic 8-year-old boy. I'm not fucking on coke.
It's fucking hilarious. What the coke thing was based on? It was just in his fucking head, or
Well, you know what it is? Like sometimes when I get worked up, I've noticed that I start to like foam. I foam at the mouth a little sometimes. I
yeah.
don't know. I might have a disorder or a neurological
No,
disorder, but I
you're
get
just
really
like a
worked up.
really high. You're just a high energy guy. Like I mean, there's a lot of high energy guy that doesn't mean they're on coke or something.
No, no. By the way, I actually hate things that give me anxiety or stress because I already have enough of that. So if I
There you
was
go.
going to do any drug, I would just crack open a beer or 6 or 12 or so, depending on what the situation is. But I would basically want to tone things down. I'm the
Yeah.
last person on earth that wants to like, what would be the next level from where I am right now? You know what I mean? Like the next level would be like I have a heart attack or I
Yeah.
kill myself. So I don't want to do
That'd
that.
be that'd be like giving a coffee to a squirrel.
Dude, like I don't know how else to put this. Like I'll give you an example, okay? Like
Yeah,
I
go
have a
ahead, man.
cross, for example. Like I was given a cross that I
Cool.
I had in my pocket for a show one night because I wanted like good luck, and I was like
Yeah.
just desperate, okay? I just wanted to like feel like as confident as possible, and then
Yeah.
it broke in my pocket, so I actually went home and nervously taped it back together. So like, dude, it's like what's funny? Just the fact that I own a cross, some
Yeah.
leftist might still derive from that. Oh well, then he's obviously like a conservative, racist, homophobe. Who, you know what I
What?
mean? Like, that's what
Yeah.
people like. If you actually like your country on any significant level and value religion, because here's the thing, okay? Some
Mm.
people they'll be like, okay, well, there's something about my personal behavior that the word of God is against, so they just throw
Yeah.
out the entire thing. They'll take any even the benefits of religion, the benefits, the detriments, all of it. They throw the whole thing out the window. But if your own government is lying to you over and over again, the media tricks you and lies to you over and over again, well, those people get every chance in the world. But if there's
Yeah.
but if there's something in the Bible that doesn't sit well with you because it makes you feel judged, they just throw the whole thing out the window.
Yeah,
And
and
it's like
if you
it's
can't
weird to
forget
me.
also that book has been written on a long period of time. So like there's people that's been adding shit depending of like the historical reality of the time. So it's
Well,
pretty
that's the
tough to
thing.
yeah.
That's the thing. My point really is just I don't understand why people like if you read Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter, why am
Yeah.
I crazy for reading the Bible just because I'm curious about it, and
Yeah.
maybe there's something I could benefit from.
Yeah, like it doesn't make you a Christian or whatever. You're just reading the book and like trying to cherry pick what makes sense and like take out what
Dude,
doesn't make
think
sense.
about how weird society is. If I said to you right
Yeah,
now,
go
"Yo,
ahead.
I'm thinking of trying LSD this weekend," it actually just flies over your head because it's like, okay, so he's just an idiot. He's a degenerate. He's just one of those people. But if I said to you,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna go read the Bible, you're like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like weirdo. Like why is that
Okay.
so weird?
It's
But if
fucking
a guy
weird
does
that they
acid,
that's fucking weird to me that people would equate being a Christian to being like racist when you know like a lot of like actual Christian nowadays, if you go to a church, it's either Asians or Korean.
exactly, dude. There's a
I know,
synagogue
right?
now, dude. There's a synagogue where the rabbi in Westmount, the rabbi is a lesbian woman.
Yeah.
You walk in there, you see Asian people, you see maybe one black guy. Okay, fine, we have one, at least. No, no, but the
But
point is, like,
there's black Jews actually. I've
yeah,
learned that
well,
recently.
because I want to make their lives harder somehow.
Yeah,
but
they even like Chinese Jews. That I
yeah,
didn't
it's always
know.
interesting.
Yeah, it
Well, there's a
is.
lot of numerology in Judaism, but that's a whole other topic. But
Yeah.
but basically, no, that has nothing to do with Asians though. But you know what? It's interesting. If you go to a synagogue where there's like a lesbian rabbi, that's kind of evidence that in certain segments of the religion there's tolerance, right?
Yeah.
But I've had people come up to me and be like, that people who are religious like are homophobic, right? And then
Not
it's like, okay, well,
necessarily.
the rabbi at my synagogue is a lesbian woman. I
Yeah.
don't know why I'm saying
There's
lesbian woman as if she's a lesbian non-woman. What the fuck am I saying?
you might people might not know, but actually there's a debate inside of the Catholic Church to like get women in, like as a priest. Like
Look,
there's
I
really
don't know
people
what's
arguing
right.
it.
I don't know what's right or what's wrong. All I know
Yeah.
is today, if I had to pick the more tolerant group, I would
Yeah.
definitely choose like Reform Judaism over liberals,
Yeah.
100%. Because okay, fine, the Reform Jews like have a belief system that actually imposes guilt on you, but it's like,
Mm-hmm.
hello, when you look at liberals in the left today, all they do, everything that makes you feel good, every comedy from like the early 2000s that we know and love is never going to happen again. Now it's just Kevin Hart acting shocked by things, like doing this all the time. It's just Kevin Hart always being shocked because he's a small guy and he's always like traumatized by the situation, and it just sucks, you know.
Yeah. Honestly, for comedy though, I never felt I had any problem doing my fucking shit on stage. Like I just went like because I make rape jokes and pedophile jokes, and I never people giving me shit about it or
Yeah, but they
like
do it
I've
behind
learned.
your back 100%.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what all
for
these
sure. But
people
I don't.
do.
That if they're too much of pussies to do it in my face, they're not worth my time. Honestly,
But you know what
like
the thing
that.
is? Once you start getting more successful and you have like
Yeah,
high to fall from, these people who just talk behind your back are going to be like, "Holy shit! You see, I didn't challenge him, and now he's getting somewhere. I better go attack him." And then once
yeah,
you
for
actually
sure.
start getting somewhere, all those losers who talk behind your back because they're mentally ill, literally, then they
Oh yeah.
start coming after you. Like, dude, like, there's a comedian who works for Rebel News, which is like this like conservative news internet company in Canada, and there's a
Yeah.
comedian I know from Toronto whose name is Ben Bankus, and he's really funny. His videos are always funny. He's like
Mm-hmm.
genuinely funny. Works with Yuck Yucks, like paid comedian, working comic. Everything's legit. And I get messages from people in Montreal saying, "Oh, you should watch out for this guy." So I'm like, why? And he goes, "Oh, he's totally not a good person." And then, I watch his stuff, I follow him, I realize not only do I like this guy on a personal level, I can relate to him,
Yeah.
he's like making me laugh. So he's not a bad person, he's funny. Then I evaluate the person talking shit about him, and I think to myself, okay, she's like been drunk or something every single time I've ever seen her. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
every time I've seen her at an open mic, she's like shouting random incoherent shit and hardly ever repeats the same act twice because she probably has no
She's
confidence
too
in her
drunk.
act at all because it
Yeah.
sucks. So it's like I really ask myself, I'm like, why am I like? Then I think I might have muted her on Instagram or something, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, it's like these people are actually mentally ill, and
Oh
and
yeah.
and and who goes out of their way to tell you what to like and what not to like? Like
It's fucking crazy. Like I have a theory about these guys. Like I make the difference between like clean comedy because like I'm a big Mitch Hedberg fan and it's really as clean as you get. And Angelo Terucas, I talked to him with Claudio, really cool guy, clean comics. Santi, same thing. But the thing I noticed is that like you have like those PC comics, which instead of like working on the writing and their stock and like trying to get better at comedy, they like made up a couple of rules, stupid rules they don't even know the definition of, like don't punch down, punch up, or that kind of shit.
I'm not even talking about clean comics. I actually
Yeah,
like clean comedy. What I'm
yeah,
talking
I
about
do.
are like mentally ill leftists in
Yeah,
general who just decided they want to also go on stage. Because it's
mm,
like this. Like for example, who's a clean comic? Okay, like I've watched comics that are dirty do Letterman spots and they still make me laugh, and they have to be
yeah.
clean on Letterman. So the point is, it's not even about clean or dirty. It's like, frankly, I think there's
Mm.
actually maybe too much dirty comedy, and it gets kind of just boring and repetitive.
Yeah, because they're kind of reacting to the PC shit and they think like the
Like, how
best
much
way
more
to, yeah.
original can you get? How much more original can it get? We all have assholes, penises, pussies, vaginas, and we're all talking about bodily fluids going in all kinds of places. It's like at a certain point, I'm actually kind of bored of dirty comedy. I like
Mm.
there's ethnic jokes, there's neurotic, mentally ill comedy, there's
Hmm.
OCD people, there's autistic people like Harrison. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
but
Oh,
but
but
you know
it's
what I mean.
fucking good though. Like
But that's
you
the
don't
thing. Like
expect it to be
nobody,
funny, but yeah, it
but
is.
no one even calls him a clean comic. They just say he's funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's
I
like,
don't care
so
about
it's
it.
like, it's like, anyways. Look, long story short, none of these fucking people matter because the idea is this: if you're actually good at comedy, you're gonna get somewhere eventually
Yeah,
because
for
you're
sure.
the craft is doing its job. The art, people can interpret however they want, but if you're making everybody laugh consistently, you're doing your job at the end of the day, and you're gonna get work. And
But they're
and then
narcissistic though. Like the way they talk about like other comedian that has more success than them. Like they'll say,
oh my
"I
god,
work
it's
hard on my
fucking
comedy. I
incredible.
try to do smart shit." Like already they take for granted they're smart and good, and then they evaluate their comedy like saying, "No, he doesn't work that hard, and he has more fucking following." Maybe, and I'm like, maybe you're not working on the right thing, or maybe you're not as good as you think you are.
If I came up to you, exactly, if I came up to you randomly and I was like, you see Russell Peters, or even a common target like Dane Cook, for example,
Yeah,
it's like, what is enjoyable about that conversation? You know what I mean?
nothing.
Like when I've ever, okay, like you, for example, when I've seen you in the
Mm,
beginning, when I didn't know you, you actually had a nice thing to say to me when we first started talking. You said, hey, at first I didn't know really who you were, but then I saw you on Pantelis and I made you crack up a couple times, and then you thought,
yeah.
okay, he can't be that bad. So
Yeah.
like that was a positive conversation. But I've also had people come to me and randomly try to gossip about somebody with me. And
Yeah.
unless that person is actually a piece of shit in reality, I don't really enjoy, like if I'm at a comedy show, I'm really just obsessively trying to become funnier. So like I really don't give a shit about, hating on somebody because it's an easy target. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't trust gossiper. You know why? Because they're to me they're talking shit about somebody else. But when I'm not around, I know for sure that they are going to talk shit about me, right?
Oh, of course. Bro, because
Yeah.
they're fucking because they suck as people.
Oh
You
yeah,
know
they
and
suck as
and I've,
people
and
and
I've
as
even had
comedians.
these people I've even had these kind of people admit to me I think I'm mentally ill. Like I've heard that certain people actually say it to
Shit.
me, and I'm thinking to myself, well, yeah, no shit, you're
Yeah, that I
fucking
believe.
messaging me directly telling me to hate someone who's bringing joy to my life.
Yeah, who the fuck are you to come to me and tell me what I should like and what I shouldn't like? Go
It's
fuck yourself.
insanity. Bro, you
Yeah.
know what it is? Because they deal with pussies who will hear
Mm,
them say that, and then they'll go, and then some pussy will be like, oh, so if I support this individual, then I'm not gonna get a career and then I'm gonna get blocked. Okay. And
oh
then and
boy.
it's like here the idea is they get tricked because these psychos who spread gossip to try to pull people
Yeah.
down, they get tricked into thinking, okay, well, I convinced 5 losers to follow. Sorry, did my phone cut out? It's like, okay, I convinced 5 losers to believe what I'm saying. Maybe Samson will follow as well. And then they meet Samson, and then Samson's like, actually, I don't give a fuck. And then, they're shocked because they convinced 10 other people to follow them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like the simp of comedy.
Yeah, exactly. They
Yeah.
convinced a bunch of losers to follow their lead to nowhere land, and because I don't follow the lead, they think that I'm some sort of a renegade. And then they're like,
Mm,
okay, what can we do to this guy to punish him for not following me? Oh, he doesn't think Trump is the next Hitler. And then they open up the book of labels and they start spreading those labels. But the funny part is, the only people who value those labels are two people: someone who's never heard or met me before, so you can lie to them
yeah.
easily, or B, someone who knows me, knows it's not true, but is terrified of defying this psychopath, and they still concede. The person could literally say anything about me, and they'll still just hate me because they're scared, you
Hmm.
know?
But
And
no,
and all these people are fucking worthless in the end, anyways, bro.
oh yeah, for sure. Like now, comedy scene is the way I'm talking a lot about with Claudio and Peter about all this, and they tell me now the scene is changing. Like really, it's getting more like a meritocracy. If you're really good, you're gonna get spots, and that's encouraging. So at least those kind
Yeah.
of people they don't have as much grasp as they used to on the Montreal scene.
Well, let's be honest about it, okay? The only people and the only serious booker in Montreal that was in terms of merit based versus like
Yeah.
politics. With Sid, it was no question about it. Way
Oh, for
less
sure.
politics. It was so obviously about performance compared to the other competition. You know, compared to the Comedy Nest, for example, where like I was even told at a certain point, "Hey, man, you're good, but there's politics going on." I was even
Mm.
told that, and then when you get told that, it's like, holy shit! Like all of your greatest fears are confirmed.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, I didn't realize things were actually that bad. I kept telling myself for like 3 years it's not actually that bad, and then they actually tell you it is.
Oh yeah, but
So,
yeah, that being confirmed, it's kind of bad. But at least you have your contact in New York. You have like a
well,
way
that's
out, so
also
you
nothing at this point, dude. Like, what do you mean I have my look? I had a contact in New York,
you
and then
had okay.
well, because months and months go by. I mean, I'm still
Yeah,
friends
for
with him,
sure.
and we're still on a friendly level. I mean, we might not have the exact same political views, but he's been a cool guy to see past that.
Hmm.
And we focus on comedy and what were our life's work at the time. But right now, it's been how many months since I've performed? How many months have you performed in? How
Yes,
long has it been since you
yeah,
performed? So
yeah,
at,
and
at a
I
certain point, it's like I might just be a distant memory to this guy, and he's focused
mm,
on more immediate goals right now, and that's just unfortunate. But what are you gonna do?
yeah, especially that in New York there's a lot of comedians. So if you're off for like not that long, like you're just a blip.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, actually, I have a friend who's like a very like I'm not actually that far right at all. I actually was
Yeah.
always a liberal, to be honest with you, until things
Mm-hmm.
got insane, and then I decided, you know what? I can't just stay in the middle and claim that I want to be normal when the
Yeah.
left is attacking everything that I enjoy and like in life. It's like if you were in a fight and I'm punching you in the face, you can't just stay still and be like, okay, I'm not curling into a ball, but I'm not fighting. And you're just gonna like
Mm,
take it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So then
yeah,
I
yeah,
end
you're
up
going to
being
get punched in the face. Yeah,
I was forced like so many other like people that were initially maybe more center right, center left. I was
mm,
forced to be a more conservative because today, you know, if you want to enjoy life the way life once was, before everything was like a guilty pleasure, like now everything's a guilty pleasure. You
yeah.
know,
It's kind of fucking
every
crazy, but
idea that I have that's humorous or funny, it's all a guilty pleasure. The key word is pleasure, though. I'm not hurting anyone. You
yeah,
know.
true. Just a quick. I'm going to figure out like if you're really that conservative on drug legalization. Where do you stand on that?
Again, like I'm not that conservative. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really
Yeah,
give a
I
shit
know.
if they legalize. They can legalize, but I'll tell you this: I do
Mm,
believe that if they were to legalize crack and heroin, of course the usage would go up. I don't give a shit what study you show me. A
yeah,
100%, bro. Because even me, I was in the hospital recently where they gave me Dilaudid. If I knew a guy down the street who could give me pure Dilaudid, I'd probably end up buying it on one of my bad days. You know what I mean? It feels
yeah,
so fucking good. I'm glad that it's hard to get a hold of.
yeah. But the way you sound like when you say it's a pleasure, it shouldn't be guilty. I should be able, if there's no victim,
Yeah,
I should be able to indulge in any kind of pleasure. You sound to me more like a libertarian. Hello? Did your internet crashed? Oh, I hear something.
hang out there for a sec.
Yeah, well, yeah, but for that kind of podcast, you really,
There, one
it's really
second.
better with the Ethernet cable.
Here, let me just try to fix
Yeah, sure, go ahead, man.
this one. Can you see me?
Yeah, I see just you being kind of fuzzy and everything. Yeah. Your phone battery, how it is? Saturday afternoon podcast.
I can see you now. I can see
Fixing
you now.
Samson phone.
I can see you now. Okay, it took like 5-10 minutes there, but we're good.
Okay, so you're still a blurry image, but let's just talk. That's fine.
Wait, you
So
can't see me?
yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's fine.
Ah, fuck.
As long as they has content, it's really fine for me.
Okay, okay. Wait, you
So
know what?
okay,
What if
so
I leave and come back?
yeah, sure, man. But you know what? We might want to close it for now because usually I go to an hour, but with technical problem like that, I'd rather like finish it off
No, but
there.
I
And
turned my LTE on right now, so it should be fine. I'm already paying for comedy again.
yeah, there you go. All right. But to me, the way you talk about all that kind of things, like if there's no victim, I should be able to do it. You sound more like a libertarian or something. You don't sound that conservative to me.
Well, the point is, if you're a libertarian today and you still say I'm not a conservative, and then you don't vote
Yeah,
for a conservative and you vote for some libertarian politician that's never going to win, what you're actually
yeah,
doing is you're making a liberal win.
yeah. But I don't care. I don't care because for me, it's all the same. It's different shit.
Look,
It's like same shit, different assholes.
that's probably true. That's probably true. And
Yeah.
look, I would have to agree with you on that, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, but when you look at it, like when you look how the politicians are act like when they're not in power, they're like all virtuous and everything, and they yell on everything that the politician's doing. But as soon as they elected, they do the same fucking shit.
Exactly. Well, you know what? That's why they
Like
call it like the
yeah,
establishment. So, like, you know, whether you vote for a conservative or a liberal, behind closed doors, they're both fucking banging a kid in a pizza shop. So who gives a shit? They're both Eiffel Towering a 12-year-old Filipino on an island somewhere. What's the difference?
yeah. It's kind of a weird place to fuck kids at a pizza shop, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I mean, one time a friend of mine that and he's into conspiracy theories, he saw me at Provigo and he's like, "Hey, what's up?"
Hmm.
And I said, "I'm going to go get some pizza and some hot dogs." And I
Oh
forgot that
boy.
he was obsessed with Podesta. So when I said pizza, like he had this, it made him uncomfortable. And I had to say, I'm not fucking kids. I'm literally just buying pizza.
That's fucking hilarious. So what? He went to the guy at the pizza shop. It's like, okay, I don't want kids. I just want to eat.
Yeah, like I actually just want pizza. Fuck.
Fucking Christ.
But you
Oh,
know, I
that's
have a funny
hilarious.
story actually.
Oh, go ahead, man.
Well, I have a friend actually who's like very conservative, like much more conservative than I will be and ever was. And he was, but he's into trans people. like sexually.
Yeah,
So he was
that's
telling
fine.
me, yeah, I know, and he was telling me, that, well, fuck, somebody's got to fuck them. No, I'm kidding. But, oh no, but shout out Claudio. No, I'm kidding. Um, no, but
Go
he said
on.
he's into. He said he told me this rumor at the time that Obama's wife like is a transsexual, and
Yeah.
uh, and then I was like, okay, so what are your thoughts on this? Because I knew he was also conservative, so I was like, well, I wanted to see how he would reconcile this. And he was like, well, A, if anything, it just makes me want to fuck her, and B, I actually can kind of relate to the guy now. So now all I could think is, could you imagine if my buddy just like met Obama like on the red carpet and he was like, hey, we actually have something in common, and then the conversation just ends horribly.
True. Oh man. Oh, Peter just wrote like, I just want to all dress pizza. Can you imagine like you just give him a kid with all this clothes on in a cage?
I mean, I would probably inquire into its value at that point and then resell the child.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
I wouldn't. Yeah, no, I would probably be unhappy with my purchase.
Yeah, but for a pizza place, I'll try a Burger King. At least they have like a park for kids, so you can like stuck them for a while, and they don't notice anything until it's too late.
Dude, there's a guy that showed up with a shotgun. I heard a guy.
Oh yeah, they were shooting, eh?
Yeah. Can you still not see me? Because I could see myself.
No, I don't see your image, but maybe on the YouTube
Oh,
side it's fine.
what if I change the camera now? How's that? How's this?
Same thing. No, you look like you look Arabic with a blurry profile picture.
Can I please just leave and come back? I can't stand this.
Okay, sure, go on.
Okay, I'm trying. I'm trying.
Okay, so I'll try to be entertaining until Samson come back. Until you realize, yeah, I see you. Okay, you saw him. Because the way he looks to me, it was kind of a picture of him blurry, and he just looked like an Arab trying to take a selfie, but he got like shaky hands for some reason. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. I see you now.
All right. Okay, perfect. Perfect. I'm also at 10% on my phone, so that's the next problem waiting to happen.
Oh, that might be it because I noticed that people that do it on their phone, what happened is like it's get overheat, so now it's lagging and everything.
Okay, I'm plugging it in. Fuck.
Yeah.
Figuring it out.
Sure, man. Sure. So yeah, they were shooting at a fucking pizza shop. It's fucking weird, right? They heard that they were fucking kids, and now they went in and.
You know what I was thinking of? Because I noticed that I swear a lot, right?
Yeah, that's fine too.
I was wondering, like, the same way you can have ADD on a spectrum, what if some people actually have Tourette's on a spectrum? You know what I mean? Is that possible?
I'm sure they don't all do the same shit though.
Because you know how many Italians because I'm half Italian. You know how many Italians end and start everything with fuck?
Yeah.
I heard your father passed away. My condolences, fuck. You know?
Yeah,
They feel
Frank
like they
Joe
can't
talk
stop.
like that.
Yeah, you know, Terry passed away. Cancer, fuck.
Cancer, fuck. Yeah, true.
He's saying this at the funeral home. You know? Cancer, fuck.
Oh, that's how your thing started. Like, you like comedy, fuck?
Yeah, he's a nice guy, fuck.
Yeah.
That's the priest talking in Saint Michel. Yeah, he's a nice guy, fuck.
Fucking Christ. It's fucking hilarious.
Well, you know what? Actually, it was based off my uncle. Like, if I show you a picture of him, he looks like a Sopranos character.
Yeah.
And he's also incredibly stupid. So, and I always say, if he sees this video, I'll just block him because I have nothing to lose.
Okay. Do you have an anecdote about him, like him being stupid?
Yeah. I say I'll block him because I have nothing to lose. I say it publicly. But yeah, so like I went to his place and he was cooking shrimps for me. Oh no, sorry, he was making steak. Here's how fucking stupid this guy is. He makes a steak and he wanted to put the cooked steak from the grill back into the tray where the raw meat was.
Oh,
and
fuck.
I'm thinking to myself, I was like, dude, what are you doing? Because I'm like, I wash my hands like a surgeon, you know, I'm the opposite. I'm like, what are you doing? Of course, I didn't eat it. And he goes, oh, you don't do that? I want to mix it with the original juices, he calls it. The original juices. I swear to God he said that. So then when I was like, you know what, hey, Phil, you know what, I'm good, actually. I'm not going to have it. And he turns around. He thinks I'm the loser. He goes, you know, you're funny, Samson, which is his way of saying, like, you're annoying. He goes, hey, you're funny. You remind me of Howie Mandel. Like he thinks that I'm just a germaphobe or something. Like, no, dude, I don't want to get parasites.
Yeah, that's the thing in restoration. Like, anybody that watch like Hell's Kitchens or Kitchen Nightmare long enough knows something about cross contamination, and that fucking
Oh
thing
my
is the
god, that
worst.
would be the funniest thing ever.
Oh,
My
yeah.
uncle contaminating food in front of Chef Ramsay.
Yeah, we should send Gordon Ramsay over to his place to yell at
Oh
him.
my god, and I would tell Ramsay, it's okay, you can be racist, it's fine. It would be the funniest thing. You bloody Neanderthal Italian.
Oh, but he doesn't need permission for that. Like he had a French chef that was being lazy and like dirty and everything, and he called him a French pig.
Yeah. Well, you know what it reminds me of?
Clean your kitchen, you French pig!
French pig. You know what it reminds me? When I would do comedy, when I would get on stage after Claudio, I felt like I was Ben Stiller at night at the museum, and like you just saw like the former Homo sapien and then like the current model. You know what I
mean? That's fucking hilarious. Poor
I was
Claudio.
like, guys,
yeah.
That's a Homo sapien.
Yeah, then after that, you go like hitting yourself on the head. Now the next step of
I
it.
talk about being smarter than I'm the one doing this.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Do you want to plug your stuff or
stuff? Okay, I'm gonna be at work on Monday.
Cool. If we want to see Samson and nag them at his workplace, you can go there. No, I'm kidding.
By the way, I wanted to say, people with Tourette's, don't get the wrong idea. I think people with Tourette's are actually really nice.
Yeah.
In case anyone with Tourette's is watching, because you never notice people with Tourette's, they're always apologizing right after. They'll be like, "Oh, cock shit, sorry." They're never just like, they're like, "Oh fuck, fuck you, fuck." You know, like they actually pull back. You know.
Yeah, for sure. No, but because they know that has no fucking. It's not something you should say, but they can't help themselves, so they have to. They apologize.
Yeah, they know it's like, yeah, they grieve or whatever. They regret it, you know. And also they're honest, because if I knew a guy that would always say "oil man," so he'd be like "oil man, oil man," and if you're walking by a cafe and you saw a guy say "oil man,"
yeah,
at least you know he actually has Tourette's. He's not. The minute you walk away, he's not going to be like, "Okay, here's how I really feel about Joey LaFlamme." You know what I mean? Like he's actually just saying "oil man." You know?
Can you imagine like trying to be dishonest while having fucking Tourette? Like you have basically no fucking filter, and then you try to be dishonest.
It's like the movie Liar Liar, but like with uncensored.
Oh yeah, that'd be hilarious.
Imagine Liar Liar, but like they with like the actual mind of a person without a rating on the movie. You know.
Oh, that should be a Netflix special. You take somebody like a dishonest Tourette guy, you put him on coke, and you let him go on stage for an hour.
Oh, that would be awesome, dude. Hey, you know what? That would be a funny like. See, this is what I'm talking about, dude. Like, I haven't even practiced doing comedy or anything. The minute we start going at it, like, we're doing a fucking, like, this is a legit fucking podcast conversation, you know?
Yeah, it is.
I actually would love if somebody did that.
Hey, you know what? You know how long I took to prepare the whole thing?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to say hi and see how it goes. And I've read a couple of things. We talk about none of these. And there you go.
Well, that's it, you know. I mean, I'm like, I don't. At the minute I start trying to plan ahead for these type of things, it ends up being me saying, a joke to you, and then you're like not having a conversation with me, and then fucks up.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, one big advice I could give to somebody starting a podcast, like you don't need to try to be funny. Just have a conversation, and then the funny will pop out at some point.
Exactly. Fuck.
You think about starting a podcast at some point?
Yeah, I have actually. It's tricky because I would have to do so much editing, dude. Because like
Why?
I'm so inclined to say shit about. Like, I was so close to just cracking jokes about my work during this conversation that I really just can't do. Like besides, maybe me just farting is allowed, because like if my boss finds out that I'm the one who's been farting this whole time, I don't think you can fire someone because of that. But right now, he's not sure if it's me or this woman from Syria, because we're right beside each other. So there's this constant battle where he's like, I wonder if it's Samson or I can't say her name. But he should know it's not. He should know it's not the woman, because every time I ask her for help, she literally puts her COVID mask on and walks over. And I'm the only person that she puts COVID masks on to go talk to, and it's under the guise of social distancing, whatever. So just to give you some background info, it's part of an essential service. So we're
Okay.
allowed in an office as long as we aren't as long as we're supposed to wear masks, but between you and me, like half the people have it under their nose anyway, so whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
But
That
it's
that
just
doesn't
so
do
funny,
shit if you
dude.
like.
It's so funny when I rip ass like an animal because I'm drinking coffee, espresso, tea. Like I'm just an animal fucking
Oh,
farting
okay,
all
that's
day.
why.
And then like I'll ask this like guy who works beside me to come help me, and he puts his mask on just for me. And it's like, wow, these people are fucking nice. And then one day, actually, this woman, the woman beside me, she said, "Samson, can I open the window?" And of course, I was gracious enough to say yes. I'm not gonna fucking say no. What am I like? When a father farts in a car and locks the windows, like I'm not gonna say no because it's cold out. Like I'll tough it out because I'm ripping ass all day. Beyond that, any other jokes I go into or funny ideas would probably get me fired. So it would be a lot of editing and just
Yeah.
keeping my job at the same time. It's so hard, dude. I mean, ideally we would do this for a living, but what are you gonna do? Fuck.
Yeah, true. Like, but like basically, what's funny with that story? It kind of make me think like now that's the Jewish doing the gazing.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
back at you
exactly.
assholes.
But you know what? I'm getting better. I started going to the bathroom to fart, so they just think that I have like diarrhea or something. I'm running like
Yeah,
every
there you
20
go.
minutes to go. I'm such a nice guy, bro. I literally fart in the bathroom now. Who does
Yeah, but
that?
at some point, like you have your boss wondering who it is.
You
It
know
might be a
something?
serial girl.
If I pass away and God is judging me, I hope He doesn't ask me for my side of the story because it's just going to be the dumbest examples. I write things down when people say things. Yeah, but what about that? What about that time you ran over a hobo's foot? Yeah, but when I fart, I go to the bathroom now.
So I'm a
It's
great
like,
guy.
yeah, I
Yeah,
would try to prove that I'm a great guy with the worst examples.
yeah. Like you try to send your resume for a Nobel Prize, and you're like, I fart in the bathroom. Man of the year. There you go. So okay, so you
But I
don't
still
have any.
talk about my uncle having AIDS on podcasts.
Oh, you want to talk about your uncle having
No,
AIDS?
no, no. I just randomly threw that. I don't actually think he has AIDS. Actually,
Uh,
I lied. I do think he has AIDS.
okay. What about that?
I joked about it on stage once. I think you were there, where I talked about how the day that he found out he had gay man's disease, because it was the early '80s and they called it GERD.
Yeah, true.
That he was like, I don't know what's worse, the fact that I have gay man's disease or the fact that I'm a fag.
Okay, okay, we're doing the plug-in right now, so you have nothing to plug. I think we can follow you on Instagram, like Samson.
Oh yeah. Well, look, my Instagram is Samson David _ I think I changed it recently to
Yeah.
keep my job.
Keep your job.
And
Okay.
beyond that, I mean, look, I mean, just keep an eye out if I'm on any other guest spots until the day that I finally either make my own podcast or I start performing live again, which I can't wait to do.
Yeah, that's going to be fucking awesome. So for tomorrow, we are having the speed dating with the Dirty Fart. Make sure to follow that. If you like what you just saw, like, subscribe, and fucking share so I don't get sick and tired of doing this podcast. And until next time, have a great one, guys.